Stand tall. Hey, Jessica.
Hello.
Feet shoulder width apart. 1 foot slightly in front of the other. Okay, create your rib cage. Keep shoulders relaxed. And inhale. And exhale. Yeah, Alicia, we're making a rib cage. There we go. And inhale. Everything else is relaxed. Keep your shoulders relaxed. Your knees not locked. One more time and really focus your attention on your ribs. Inhale. And exhale. Create your diaphragm. Kind of comes up in a peak. And inhale. And exhale, keeping the shoulders relaxed. You cannot feel your diaphragm, but you can feel the effect of it. Inhale. And exhale. One more time, really focus on what moves. Inhale. And exhale. And abdominal walls. Hey, Tatiana. Inhale. And exhale. You may want to stay there while we do this because I don't think you're going to see me if everybody's standing when you're in the back. Inhale. And exhale. And we can control our abdominal walls. Inhale. One more time. And as you inhale this last time, see if you can also pull your abdominal walls out. Inhale. And exhale. And pelvic floor. Inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. And we can't push our abdominal floor, but we can relax it. Relax your abdominal floor. Inhale. And exhale. That's an important part. If and when you have children and they tell you to relax, relaxing, that's going to be important. Good. Give yourself a little bit of shake. Take a couple of breaths in your own time and take a physical survey. Hips parallel to the floor. Spine tall, shoulders parallel to hips. Head in neutral. You hearing me okay? Yeah. Okay. Good breath. Very nice. Now this room is very dry, right? There's very little echo. We have the sound tiles up there. I'm going to turn this on the off chance that it's going to do something. No, I don't think so. I don't think this does anything. All right. We need Fred. Well, Fred doesn't know the new system either. One more time. Beautiful. Okay, here we go. Good. Come over the top. Good. Make more space in your face. And focus the sound like a laser. Beautiful. And down. Good. And down. Careful, relax. I saw one or two people go. Relax the jaw. off. Good. Nice. Feel your abdominal walls supporting with air. Nice. One more. Again, over the top and keep the head neutral. Good. Good. Now the people in the back can't hear the people in the front, but the people in front, you can hear the people behind you and join your sound to theirs. Good breath. And off. 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 Careful that this doesn't miss that. Here we go. Good, and stretch the spine. Good, and off. Feel your abs. And off. Again. Cheeks have to engage. And off. Here we go. And off. If you can, drop and want to drop down the octave, be my guest. Good. Zingy, here we go. Zingy. So the E is lovely. Z, Z, zingy. Have the sound on the E. Yeah, it is an awkward vowel. Can I have just the Z? Less Z, more. There we go. All lungs together. Close. Yeah. One more time. Notice what happens between the and the E. What do you have to do with your mouth and your face and the rest of you so that the E is in tune? Now, again. The Z has to be a little opener, otherwise the E doesn't happen. Now the Z has to be even more open so that you can open to up. Listen to each other. Here. Okay, we're going to start again from zingy. If you need a drink, take a drink. It's really warm in here. I will ask Laura. Tatiana, does that window behind you open?
Nothing opens unless you have the magic touch.
Oh, okay. Maybe do we need a key or something?
I just tried each of those and didn't succeed. But if somebody else has the magic touch, I encourage them to do it.
Tatiana, you just need that nursing degree.
Magic touch.
Great. Thank you.
My super.
Sing, here we go.
Sing. Sing.
tune. Listen to each other.
Sing.
Listen.
Sing.
So the Z comes before.
Sing. Sing. Sing.
Just it. Not together. Not together. Right on the beat. Now the Z comes before. Yeah. There we go. Careful, just because we're louder and more flowy doesn't mean you lose control. One more time. Good, keep listening. People in the back, sound and straight means that all the sound behind me and coming back to you, which means that if you really try and send your ears out into the room, you can hear everybody else. So sing and listen, even though you're in the back. And all sing. So much better. Sing. Sing. Wow, that took a long. Okay, take a seat. Bonnie, you're going to want El Hadera. The scores are on the table. Which reminds me, if you haven't paid your music fee as yet, Bonnie is our treasurer. If you prefer to pay digitally, you need to send an email to me, to Carol, to Bonnie, to Seth Ward, or just let me know and I'll give you Seth's email and he will send you a PayPal statement.
What you starting with?
El Hadera. Oh, everybody is here except Claudia. Claudia is late. We have that. El Hadera. So if you don't have it, sign it out. Looks like this. And the last time we looked at this, we looked at the chorus. Today we're going to look at the verse. We're going to read it. Neely's going to play parts. It's not hard. The challenge with this one is words fast. Words fast. That's the challenge. But we're going to do it on do-do, starting in measure 4. Could you give us just the first? I left you control of the volumes with your fingers. If it's too loud, you can lower if here. I'd rather you do that than me mess with that here. 1 and 2 and 3. Just that much. Good. Everybody on the soprano part, please. So soprano, guess what? I'm just gonna tilt this a little bit. You can let me know if you hear it enough because I'm hearing it too much. Yeah. If you don't have El Hadera, go sign it up. Everybody on the soprano part. Do. Lily play parts. I wonder why I didn't put rest in measure 4, which
I
is
was
really.
just writing those things.
It's really, no, because typically if you go to the next measure and you haven't put anything in it, it automatically puts it
know.
in. So that's very, I mean, and it printed it in the right place. So I have no explanation. 1, 2, do. Good. Can we do, yeah, shuv, let's say the measure 7, 8, 9. Just listen once, soprano 1 and soprano 2. Here we go. Okay, so soprano 1s, you not only are not the melody, you are the harmony for the counter melody. Least important part, soprano 1s. I know, goes very much against your nature. All right, can we do those 2? And alti, how about alti sing it an octave lower at measure 9? Here we go. 3, 4. Okay, sounding kind of rough at soprano, but we'll get back to it. One more time, everybody on their own part at measure 4. 2, 1, 2, 3. Better soprano. Good. Okay, let's look at text. We're gonna look at the sopranos first. So, actually, we're gonna go to the left page and look at the text. All right, so the shuv, yeah, you with me on the back page? The shuv mitzea el haderech. Again, we are going out on the road. So this is a 19. Oh, I forgot. I will check. It's in the 1970s. I think it is before the Yom Kippur War. And so this is, we're going out to walk and we've won the 6-day war and no war is coming again. And we're going out again on the road. Called Valerie, Valderos, yeah, with a backpack on my back, but no backpack. We have a song on our backs instead. It's very Israeli. We're going to go out to a tiyul. We're going to go out and walk in the countryside. And what we are going to have February 5th after our concert, a shira b'tzibur, which is a sing-along. And unlike what Israelis do in America, which is you have a projector and you have the songs up on the wall, in Israel, growing up for me, a shira b'tzibur was a kumzitz, because you go out and you walk, and then you get to the beach and you make a kumzitz, which means come sit in Yiddish, but is actually a fire or a medura. You sit around the kumzitz because everybody's sitting out, and then there's always people who have made the hike with guitars, and you start singing. They start playing and you start singing. And I made Aliyah in 1970. And in a project when I was in high school, it was 2025, Israel's 25th. And so we had to do retrospectives. And the group that I was with was doing music, and they had all of these songs from the 30s and 40s. And they said, how do you not know these songs? Well, I made Aliyah in 1970, and I was born in 58. So how would I know these songs? And we were all born in 57 and 58, and they all knew those songs because everybody knew those songs. You knew them in, well, I'm sure you didn't know, hey Haji, hey Haji, didn't know that. That's the pruta was a very small coin in Israel. And so the pruta and the moon, if you have a moon and you have a pruta, romance is in your future. Okay. And this was, yeah. All right, so we're going to go out on the road, hand in hand, because we're going to dance the hora when we stop to rest, because who needs to drink in a golden chain? And we go out again. Am echad laderech. Today, looking at Israel today, you're looking at the United States today, it's hard to think about one nation out on the road. But think about the Hands Across America. Remember we did the Hands Across America, if I could teach the world to sing. Right? Am echad, the whole country out on the road, and on our backs is our song. Okay, line by line, my turn first. Veshuv nitzea el haderech. Your turn.
Veshuv nitzea el haderech.
Okay, now this is going to be fast, so your vowels have to be short. So if you go veshuv now, we speed it up. Veshuv, you're going to get stuck. Veshuv. Okay, yad beyad laderech.
Yad beyad laderech.
Beshalshelet zahav.
Beshalshelet zahav.
Yeah, beshalshelet is a tricky word. Okay. Veshuv nitzea el haderech.
Veshuv nitzea el haderech.
Nitzea el haderech.
Nitzea el haderech.
Yeah, each of those syllables gets a note. Am echad laderech.
Am echad laderech.
Beshirenu al gav.
Beshirenu al gav.
Okay, back to first page.
Garbage with a vet or a bow? I'm just writing, I'm
Gav
writing
with a vet. With a vet.
with a vet.
With a vet.
See, Bonnie, look how you spoiled.
Gav or
No,
because you know gabenu, right? So
No, she spoiled me. 50 years have gone by. I can't live with the transliteration
Oh, right.
anymore.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've got to write it out. Thank you.
And
for
if you want it
my
in
work.
Hebrew, because I wanted not to print a million pages, but if you want it in Hebrew and you can't find it, just shoot me an email and I will send it to you, because everything's on Mr. Google. So if you look at Alti, measures 4 and 5, Veshuv netzea el haderech. 1, 2, 3. Veshuv netzea el haderech. So tse is where we're going. Don't sit on the ve. Short v. 1, 2. Veshuv netzea el haderech. Now look at the sopranos. They get Veshuv netzea el yad beyad. Yeah, so soprani, that long note is not a destination. It's got to have the forward movement because they have the full sentence. Both parts, reading your notes and your rhythms and the text. 1, 2, 3.
Veshuv nitzea el haderech. Yad beyad laderech.
Okay, let's put that again. Look at 7, 8 again. Beshalshelet zahav. Da 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 da. Leim Nurit Hirsch nami. Beshalshelet zahav. So just like when we did sing, right? The z had to be short before the beat. Besha. Sha, get out of the way. L, get out of the way. Beshalshelet zahav. Barely touching. Hey, Claudia. Barely touching that L. 2, 3, 4. Beshalshelet zahav. Soprani. Shalshelet zahav. Yeah, put in those accents, exaggerate those accents. We can always take them away. But if you put them in, we know where the heck we are. Both parts, rhythm and text. 7, 2, 3, 4.
Shalshelet zahav.
Shelet zahav. Bravo. Oh, netzu, netze. Okay, one more time, pick up to question. Pick up to 9. So the second vishuv. 1, 2, vishuv, neshuv, netze. Okay, from the top, text and rhythm, and then we'll put the pitches in. And soprani, it will help you knowing what's going on in the sentence down here to give you that energy, because those high notes, they're just passing. They're not that important. Just to make it more interesting. Here we go. 1, playing parts underneath softly, if you don't mind, really. Number 4. You guys speaking for the moment. Short consonants, clear vowels. 1, 2, 3. Good. Alti, I like the second Vishuv Nitzeh better than the first one, because the first one was a little bit of Vishuv Nitzeh. That's not the end of the word. You need to remember. Nitzeh, we will go out. All right, pitches and text. 1, 2, 3. Okay, ready? 1, measure 4 again. 1, 2, 3. Soprani, I would love if it was shuv netzeh yam echad and not shuv netzeh am echad. Yeah, you got to get out of the way. All right, Neely's going to play her part, and you're going to play yours. Measure 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we know that went away. That's okay. We haven't done it yet. I was just curious. Let's look at Yesh Brachim. So some of you don't have it. Not sure what your copies look like. I think it looks the same way. It's this. Yesh Brachim.
What does it mean that the chorus is in major but the music is in minor?
That was a composer's choice, and when we do a text and context, we'll talk a lot about that. So we're gonna look at the text. It's not a trivial question, and it doesn't have a trivial answer.
No, you told us last week.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit. So the verses talk about the beauty of nature. right? The fields of gold trembling in the autumn breeze, and the chatzav flowers that I didn't find a good translation for, but they look like these big, tall candles. And it changes because look at the red that was a bloody field, and now it's a field of poppies. Yeah. So we're going back and forth between the sadness of what happened and the joy of rebirth and regeneration. And whether or not the composer thought about this, it can't answer. So take a look at the back page, the back inner page where you have the text. And you can see there's about 2 boxes of text, and then that start with the same word. And then Al Tiktov is the chorus, and then at the bottom 2 more boxes that start the same. So the word hara'ita, did you see, masculine. Ro'eh with an aleph is sorry, ro'eh with it, there is no ro'eh with aleph. Ayin is to see. Ro'eh son is a shepherd. Back inner page.
Zion, it's a red song.
It's the same, I think it's the same.
It's been here with an aleph.
You're right, it's written with an aleph and I'm just brain dead. Hara'ita with, is so, lirot is to see. Hara'ita, past, did you see? So if you look at the first box, hara'ita eze. The next box, hara'ita eze. Now, al tiktov, that's the chorus. And then the last 2, hara'ita ma. Hara'ita ma. Now, the good news is all of these verses, as far as the music, are exactly the same. The verses repeat the same. It just changed key, but it's exactly the same thing. All right, so let's go to the first page. And not only is exactly the same, but the two repeating, the 2 stanzas are also the same. So reading, Neely playing parts, we're going to start in measure 4 through measure 20. Not 1, 2, can they have the ready? 1, 2, undo, 3. Two, 3. Repeats the same thing, second Terence. Two, 3. Still really, really pretty, really pretty. Just to clarify, I think you're singing, Larissa, Jessica, you're singing alto 1 with Carol and Jan. Everybody on the alto 1, please. Okay, I think that in measure 6, I really do not like that octave jump down. So could we repeat that A in the same octave? I don't think it adds anything. I mean, certainly for me, it feels unpleasant, and it doesn't sound all that great either.
And all the way through the same.
Yeah, all the way through. Every time you get that, just make it.
Low A.
Yeah.
No low A. No low A. Okay, so soprani, you have that gorgeous, beautiful melody, and it goes over and over, and the alti have a little bit more interesting, but the melody is just stunning. I mean, that's why I picked this. I adore this song. All right, everybody on alto 1, please. At measure 4, 1, 2, 3. So much better, alto 1. Repeats. So pretty. All right, same place. Pick up the measure 5. Everybody on the alto 2. Ready, 2, 3. Be careful. You know, don't let it clunk into there. Alto 1 and 2. Soprano, we're coming to you in a second. 2, 3. Good. Everybody on the soprano. And what I want to point out, Haraita eze yofi, right? But he's got a rest there. This is arranged by Yosef Hadar. What I added was the piano part, because he's got these arrangements of books with chords. And when I bought it in the music store in Ortav in Tel Aviv, and I said, well, how do you buy individual things? And he says, yeah, you only sell books. I said, well, but if you want for a whole choir, he said, everybody makes photocopies.
Yeah.
So
Israeli copyright laws.
Israeli copyright laws are, they're written.
Not applied.
My brother, the lawyer, pirates movies from the internet all the time. And I mean, he works for the Department of Justice. And, you know, aren't you worried? I mean, it says, you know, that $250,000 fine in 5 years. Yeah. And it's like, no. In Israel, it's just that there is a. Okay, so haraita eze yofi. Even though there's a rest, haraita eze yofi. So it's as if, imagine that you're talking to somebody and saying, did you see how beautiful it is? It's one idea, even though there's a break, even though you're doing movement in between. So even though at the moment you're singing on doo-doo, be aware that it's not do 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 do, yeah, do 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 do. It's really all one idea. And that first sentence, Haraita eze yofi shera'ad berוח stav שדה זהב דעך באופל והדליק נרות חצב. Did you see how beautiful it is in the fall breeze? The field is shimmering, and as it darkens, you can see candles of flowers. And I do have pictures of the chatzab in there. We have something similar here in the mountains. They're just really, really tall, and they have these really, really tight blossoms that not lupin because they're yellow. They're yellow and white. So it's all one idea. All right, everybody on the soprano line. Here we go. Just so you're all aware of the melody. 2, 3. Here we go. Starting again. Did you see? Great. Text.
Going from a D to a C seems like a huge drop.
D to
Like
a
in measure 15, going from the D to the C, even though it's just one note away.
Yeah, it's that whole step.
It sounds like we're flatting the C to me.
You were not singing
No,
the C. I believe that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You were not.
Yeah. Yeah. It was there were incorrect notes. Neely, you want to play the melody once, just listening. If you could add like a little bit of something from the no, if you could add just a little bit from thank you. So after that first verse, right? Oh, the field and the light, and then did you see such redness? This wild field of poppies. It used to be a field of blood. Okay. And now it's a field of poppies. Okay, speaking text. Text and rhythm. Ready? Pick up to 5. Under tempo. 1, 2, 3. Haraita eze yofi shera'ade asa zehada ba'ofe ve'ivrik me'rachatza Anita, lift, eze oden, when redness, sheta'at me'merchakim, the redness yelled in the distance, sedamim hayasham kodem, it was a field of blood, ve'achshav se'ba'ati. Oh, so careful on the quarter notes because I do hear you all want to go. For example, in measure 7. Aderu, stop. All of those are going to be elided. The final consonants are going to go to the next quarter note. All right, singing and text and parts, and good luck. Neely's going to play parts once, and then we're going to do it with the piano, playing the piano part. 1, 2. Off. 1. So much better, thank you. Good. And so we get to hear that it used to be a field of blood and now it's a field of poppies. And the chorus says, don't pick them. Oh, don't pick the flowers. All right, right where these start, and Neely, you're gonna play, yes,
Measure 19, and I think repeats on the page before.
yes,
So alto 1 has that D. You say fa.
yeah, fra.
Okay.
Thank you. Fra. Just doing these multiple layers and it's like, it won't let me add the text on the one layer if it's, you don't need, all right. There we go, so you're gonna start so that you don't have to go from the major into the minor. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, did you hear that you wanted to run behind her on the quarter notes? She's got do da do da do do da do da. Yeah, it's beautiful and we want to take the time, but no. This is pretty much the tempo. 1, 2. Here you go. We're not doing the chorus. Okay, I want you, just so you know that I'm not lying. Please go to page 3. Page 3. Did we change? Yeah. No, I think we didn't. I didn't change key in this one. Page 3. Measure 37 into 38. There we go. Fake the words or do. What your choice. I just want you to see that it's exactly the same thing. 1, 2. Yeah, so it's a matter of getting that other text and then the transitions and then making every verse beautiful and unique to express the text. Yes, it's a beautiful, spectacular song. So the 2 that we did now are 2 of our 3 Israeli songs for Rehearsal Anonymous that were not hard to learn. To compensate for. Okay, this shoe. Everybody should have this shoe.
Just a question.
Yes.
I don't recall this ever being sung in anything for Yom Zikaron. Is it not a matter?
I have not. I don't.
I'm trying to play it in my head and say, it's not there. It's not there. I mean,
No.
I know the song.
Yeah,
but
I think it was, because it was
I'm
post
sorry, that's Israeli Memorial Day.
Memorial Day. Yeah, it's Israeli Memorial, the Yom HaZikaron. So in May, we have Yom HaAtzmaut, which is Independence Day. The day beforehand is Yom HaZikaron. And I read a lovely piece about how it's the opposite of Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur, where we rejoice and then fast, and then we are sad on Yom HaZikaron, and we rejoice on Yom HaAtzmaut. And so there are songs, and they change through the years, but this was a post 6-Day War song. And I think that the stuff that came out after 73 kind of pushed it
away.
aside.
Yeah.
But
Like I said, sorry, that was
Yeah.
on me.
It wasn't, and it possibly because the chorus is in major and the flowers and the nature, it just wasn't somber enough. It was one of, it's a Lakatzvei, it's from one of the military, choruses. So, we're going to look at page 5. Kashu. Sorry, was this where I wanted? No, this was not where I wanted. Sorry. Page 9. Okay, page 9, sorry, rehearsal E. This is the third verse, or the third part of the poem. And the text is, and she knows that someone was here. The carpet still remembers his steps. The clock on the wall is still whispering his name quietly. And he left, and he's distant forever. And the class that I took talked about this being a romantic liaison that didn't work out so well. Leah Goldberg was notorious. She had a lot of issues and a lot of, I mean, not that she didn't have an ego, she had an ego, but I think that she disliked the woman in herself. She writes, and I think I've told you, she has a poem, I am a woman of, an ugly woman of 22. And she was not an ugly woman. She became, as we would say, a miskite. She became what she saw herself as. And throughout her life, she had these unobtainable love affairs. She was in love with somebody who was married. She was loving somebody who was much older and wasn't interested in her. She was in love with somebody who was beneath her, and she made of him something that wasn't there. And so this started because this was written when she was still in Europe. So somewhere, not clear exactly, what book it was published in, but we don't know exactly what year it was written. However, and I've told you this story before, and I will see if I can find the video, because I don't think it has English titles. There is a website called Ha'ivrim with an Ayin Vet, which is the Hebrews. Which is a series of YouTubes about Israeli poets. And so there's a wonderful one there, and it's called The 5 Houses of Leah Goldberg. And so as a young child, during the Russian Revolution, she and her parents were trying to move from wherever they were trying to move to, and they're trying to cross the border. And they were stopped. Her father was taken away for questioning. She was left in the middle of a field by herself. Overnight, she claimed as an adult that she wasn't at all scared. She was sure that they were going to come home. And listening to my 8-year-old self, I call bullshit. There's just no way. And so the fear of abandonment, and the father was tortured. They took him out for a series of false executions where they told him he was going to be shot, and they didn't shoot him. And he was mentally ill ever after. They put him in a home when Leah and her mother made Aliyah, or Leah made Aliyah, and her mother followed her after her father stayed. And so Neely told me that in her mind, she was thinking that this was her missing father figure, which no, you had mentioned that.
It wasn't me.
I thought you mentioned that.
No, I always kind of thought of it more in terms of just, I thought of it in terms of mourning and loss.
Mourning and
That's for
loss.
me, and sort
Yeah.
of that repetition.
Yeah.
Of a young person, a young woman in particular, who's always sort of left behind, and again being killed, dying.
Yeah.
I
And
just
so
want to clarify, because not everybody in this room would know what miskite is, even though it's sort of untranslatable, but my late-in-law said, when the Cabbage Patch dolls came out, and they said, you think they would have made a good-looking doll, but they're so that was what my in-laws labeled. This is the doll. In other words, you could love this doll because it was your love that was going to make it beautiful. But
Yeah.
it's a shame.
and so I'm learning Yiddish. Those of you who don't know, I'm learning Yiddish on Duolingo. And so I always heard the word mis. It is spelled mius. It is spelled mem yud aleph vav samach. Those of you who know Hebrew, which is from the word like mim'asli, that I'm tired of it. It's repugnant. I want it to go away from me. But in Yiddish, it's pronounced mis. Now, my grandmother, against the evil eye, would call me Miss America. Okay, you know, ugly. The instead of Miss America, ugly America. You know, yeah. All right.
The other amazing thing about her, is she learned Hebrew before she made Aliyah and was a wonderful poet in Hebrew
Well, she chose.
before
Yeah.
she even went to Israel.
Yeah,
That's
she
to me,
taught her.
she's
No,
brilliant.
even beyond that, she
She's
taught
brilliant.
herself Hebrew.
Right.
Without brilliant, and
Thank you, Rachel.
Rachel Korazin, whose classes Bonnie and I attend. And she has all of her lectures are recorded. She does Tuesdays and Thursdays translations into English, and Thursdays she does it all Hebrew class. And then she has, I think Sunday is the Ivrit Kala.
No, Wednesday.
Wednesday is the Ivrit Kala.
Sunday's the book club.
So she studied with Leah Goldberg. And if you are all interested in old Israel, there are some people, most of them women, who were born in the 20s, who attend these lectures. And so when you read a poem that talks about old Tel Aviv, and they talk about, I remember when the Exodus ship came in and how we hid the people, it's really
100 years old. Yeah.
They're closing in on, yeah, they're 1928, 1929, you know. But having these people, if you're interested in old Israel, if you're interested in these sharing these insights, it's really remarkable. And she did a bunch of Lego. She did this poem in the Hebrew class. I don't think she did it in the English class. Okay, so let's take a look at measure 61. And so the first thing that you need to notice is that the soprano twos have the melody. So we're in 3 parts. So Jan and Carol are soprano twos with Aviva and Lainey and Michal, Barb, and Alicia. And we know we're losing Michal in a couple of weeks. So we'll be, and when that happens, Alicia will move you. It'll be you and Barb in the back. And so soprano 2 has the melody. We look at the alto and we see that what is its relationship to the soprano 2? Homophonic, which means that
Same words, same time.
Same words, same rhythm, right? The alto and the soprano 2 have the same rhythm.
It's just a little bit, we're in parallel.
Exactly, you're in parallel. I mean, they don't always go in the same direction, but you're always singing the same words and the same rhythm, which we're all going to learn. And the sopranos, you are on the beat with your ahs. And you would think that was easy.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was easy too, till I tried singing it along with the piano. All right, so listening just to the text, because we're going to learn the rhythm. We're going to learn the rhythm and the text at the same time. Vehi yodat po haya echad. Your turn.
Vehi yodat po haya echad.
1. Vehi yodat po haya echad. Okay, one more time. I'm speaking with you, so I'm not hearing if you're doing diphthongs. So please, yo, da, at, po, yo, po. Okay, ha, a, o, a. 1, 2. Vehi yoda, po, haya, So the ones that are on the beat, he is on the beat, right? Ya'e is on the beat. That's your anchor. All right, next line. Et adav. Et adav. Zocher od. Hamarvad.
Marvad.
Marvad is an old-fashioned word for a rug. Shatiach is more contemporary. Marvad is when you talk about Aladdin and the magic carpet, you talk about Marvad Ksamim. Okay, so Marvad is going to be more like a throw rug rather than a wall-to-wall, which typically in Europe they don't have wall-to-wall carpets.
And Sa'adav,
Sa'adav, his steps. Et is the, or Sa'adav, his steps. Zocher, remember, od, still, Hamarvad. And this one you have the Hebrew. So et Sa'adav, Zocher, od, Hamarvad. Your turn. One. Et Sa'adav, Zocher, od, Hamarvad. If you can't roll your R's, then please do a D. Okay, do a D if you can't roll them, because the R's are going to mess up our rhythm. Here we go, in rhythm. 1, 2. Et Sa'adav, Zocher, od, Hamarvad. Yeah, and it's going to come a little before the next hand. One more time. 1. Et Sa'adav, Zocher, od, Hamarvad. What? Good. Let's put those two lines together. And Neely's going to play parts softly in the background, but you are speaking in rhythm. Measure 61. 1, 2. Vehi yoda ho haya and 1. It's Adam Zocher od Hamarvad. Okay, good.
Can I ask?
Yes.
So the dotted rest, is that the same as the two rests up top?
Yes. Yes. All right, next page, 69. Shmo, his name, Lochesh, whispers, od, still, Cherish, softly, Hasha'on, and listen to the shushes. Et Shmo Lochesh od Cherish Hasha'on. You can almost hear the clock whispering with those shushes that are going. Okay, me, then you. Et Shmo Lochesh od Cherish Hasha'on. Your turn. Yeah, so sh, oh, sh, oh, sh, oh. Okay, in time. 1. Et Shmo Lochesh od Cherish Hasha'on. And notice sopranos that we're going od cheresh, and you're the od che, yeah. Okay, and smoothly and legato, please. Never mind. Et Shmo. 1, 2. Et Shmo Lochesh od Cherish Hasha'on. Off. 2, 3, 4, 1. Vehu halach, vehu rachok la'ad. Okay, vehu halach, and he left. Vehu rachok, and he is far away. La'ad, forever. And interpret it how you wish. So one more time, let's do that rhythm. Be careful of the notes that are on the beat. That dotted quarter note la is on the downbeat, a beat and a half. We haven't had that before. Don't let the da 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 throw you off. That suddenly it's even and on the beat. 1. Vehu halach, vehu rachok la'ad. All right. Gonna listen once. Neely's gonna play alto and soprano 2, please, from 61 to the bottom of the next page. Do you need a page turn? Okay. Okay, here we go. one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Off. And note that measure 73, the melody shifts to the soprano. Okay, she has that written for you. I have it highlighted who has the melody. I would suggest that you do the same. All right, everybody on the alto. We're gonna do do for the moment at E, measure 61. Give them the D8. 1. Just that much again. 3, 4, 1. 4, 1. Going on 4, 1. 1, 2. Don't turn the page. Again, measure 60. 65. 1, 2. Okay, those 2 lines. No, put it together. It's. I sang this at home. I did. It's hard. It's a little tricky. Once you get it, it's fine, but it's a little tricky, the rhythm and putting it all into place. Here we go. Everybody on the alto part, sopranos, it's good for your brain. 1, 2. 1, 2, off, 2, 1. Okay, let's do this, the melody, soprano 2. So it's similar, you heard, pretty much the same melody, the rhythm's just a little bit different. Everybody on soprano 2, scramble your brain, here we go. Give them 1, 2, off, 2, 1. Okay, soprano 1s, sing with the soprano 2s on the soprano, altos on the alto, slowing it down. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, off, 2, 1, 2. Same thing with text. Same thing with text. We're putting this together piece by piece by piece by piece by piece. For those of you who asked me for part recordings, I may be sending you the MIDI because it's just a huge amount of work. So if you could pull out each part with the piano, you want with the piano, the voice with the piano, right?
Sure.
And we'll send that along because it's just, it's a lot of time and I don't know how long it's going to take me to do it. So I think this, since we're practicing the doo-doos anyway, you can do along with the MIDI. And once you have the melody, adding the text is easy. Yes, Claudia.
Yes, on measure 66, can you go from the E to the C for me? It's down.
So please, 65, play the D major chord. And then the C major. You need for this to be looking a little bit bigger than individual notes. If you can hear the harmonic connection, then it helps. Then it helps. And so those fourths, the DADs, once you start hearing where it is, and you find it in your throat, you don't have to think about it anymore. All right, with the text under tempo, 3, 4, given the pitches. 3, 4, 1.
Ready, your God, all I
2, 1.
It's
Okay, so far so good. All right. We get there step by step. All right, this was my favorite alto part. Page 69. Sorry, measure 69. Measure 69. Do. Just be surprised. The alto part. Neely's gonna play. Fake it away. 1. Give them the beat. 1, 2. One more time. 1. Right, not so hard once you get it into your, but if you're looking at it going, oh shoot, what is that jump? You're gonna mess yourself up. One more time, alto part. 3, 4, 1. Keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Off. And so feeling where that A is in your voice, making a mental note. This is A. I live on A, you know, in this section.
Oh, sorry. I'm not. I'm good.
Good. Not stoned.
It's okay.
This is Colorado, you know.
I drove here.
Joking. All right.
Terrible then.
Not I wouldn't, but I drove.
I drove here.
Well, it's legal. I'm
Yeah,
not saying
exactly.
that I would. I'm saying that I drove here.
Hence
I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be that here.
I love Larissa. I love.
It's not mutually exclusive.
Yeah.
Just
Here we go. Alto measure 69 with the text. Echmo lochesh ocheresh hashavon. Off 2, 3, 4. 1. Vehu hala vehu rachov la. All right. Here we go. Give us 1. Up, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, the soprano part on page on measure 69. Yeah, you know this melody. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Yeah. That's what I, yeah, that's good.
Right?
We don't want to confuse ourselves.
What? It will help you find that little bit. All right, both parts, text from 69, and then we'll go back and do the 2 pages. 1 and 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so now we're going to do this again, soprano ones. You know how I'm doing this? I want you to do that.
Okay.
You're gonna keep the beat. Not gonna worry about your part. I just need you to keep those quarter notes going, and feel free to clap or tap or conduct, whatever you want to do to keep that 4 going. Soprano 2s and alti, you're on your parts. Neely's playing parts. Because guess what? The piano doesn't help you at all.
It does.
It helps
with
harmony.
entrance.
It helps harmony.
And it helps with entrance.
Says the pianist.
Yes.
This is the pianist to put the piano to come in on
Right.
the entrances. So.
Yeah, they're there. They're there.
People like here, people. This is not my problem. I have to learn the piece I wrote.
Here we go. Okay, sopranos, soprano ones. Pick something. Figure out a way that you're tapping. Tap your pencil. You're doing quarter notes the whole time. Quarter notes. All 4 of you. Something. You're doing something on here, Tatiana, that I can't see. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Starting the soprano. Yeah, you don't do that because here we go. Give them their okay, soprano 2s, altos, soprano 1s tapping. 3, 4, 1, 2. Off, 2, 1. Keep tapping. 3, 4, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so just so that they don't feel deprived, we're going to run through the soprano 1 part once. Everybody on the soprano 1 parts, altis and low soprano 2s, you want to be an octave lower.
Where are we starting?
Measure
Same
61.
place, the same section we're working on, the same section that we're working on. And soprano 1s, if you want to sing it an octave lower, that's okay too. Here we go. 3, 4. Off, 2, 3, 4. Prepare them the E, 4. Want to try 3 parts?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Neely, I think you're gonna, you do soprano 1 and alto?
I'm gonna try.
All right. Soprano 2, you're on your own. Yeah, 3, 4. Off, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Bravo, bravo. Yeah. Yeah, so soprano 1s, this is, first of all, when you practice it at home, do practice it down the octave. There's no reason to strain yourself. And then when you're ready to sing it up high, you need to stand and you need to open your mouth way up wide, because not only is it high, but it needs to be soft in the background. So, good job. Song of Ruth. By the way, Neely has recruited 2 new singers that, all being well, will come next week and lull us and stay. Young singers, 23-year-old singers. Now you're going to be the senior young person.
Oh,
No, it makes me feel real far.
My child is 50, so. Are we comparing? Are we comparing? My stepdaughter is. My husband's oldest grandchild is 3 years younger than Michal.
oh, wow.
When they visited us in Buffalo and I had her and Zoe and I walked around and there were people who hadn't seen me in a couple of years, it was like, so you got another baby. All right, we did wonderful work last week, if I'm not mistaken, on page 8, measure 57. And so I'd like us to see what we remember of that. We worked it in parts and we worked it a cappella. And so let's try it. Let's try it a cappella from Where You Die, measure 57, and Neely will kind of throw in. 3. One more time. So, Alti, the sound is wonderful. You don't have the melody.
What does that mean?
It means send your ears back and listen to the sopranos louder. Listen louder to the soprano.
They got the notes right.
It was wonderful. No, we were celebrating. And you know what? And I said last week, right? I said, we don't care. We're getting the notes right. So now we got the notes right. I'd like, before we do that again, I'd like to hear the soprano 1s and soprano 2s with a little more confidence. Little more confidence. Michal is looking at me going, I only looked at this for the first time last week. There we go. Soprano 2s. Good breath. Here we go. 5 of you. There's 5 of you. 3. I just soprano 2. Just soprano 2. So play with that, please. 3. Everybody on soprano 2, please. Everybody on soprano 2.
I think we sang alto.
Yeah, you sing alto. You sing alto because it's bliss. Yeah. You sing alto. It's like, is that our part? I don't remember ever singing that. Everybody with the soprano. So last year we had soprano 2 crisis. You know, for several years we've had the magically disappearing alto 2 section. Thank God the alto 2 section stayed stable, and the soprano 2 section, this one disappeared, that one came back. Thanks to Lainey, who was going back and forth to Florida, moving her father into a senior residence, and she said, I'm just not going to be there for enough rehearsals. I'm going to come to rehearsals. I'm not going to perform. And then when Lori told me she thought she was having surgery, and Shira told me her niece was having a crisis and she was leaving the state until further notice, which ended up being 3 days later. But I contacted the ladies like, please, can you sing? So the soprano 2 needs a little bit of help to bring it back to where everybody else is. So everybody's going to sing soprano 2, and we're going to make them confident in their part. Everybody at 57. Here we go. 3, 4. Okay, gonna listen to Neely once. If you go, where you die, I will, it doesn't make sense and you don't get the line. Yeah, it's all gotta go. Neely once, soprano 2, please. 3, 4. That wonderful note. Now, if you wait until you see that C sharp and go, oh no, it's an accidental. Yeah, you need to hear. I'm realizing what that means. Right? When we talk about the death of a parent, when the parent is still alive, it's very hard. It's you know, we think that it prepares us and it doesn't. It doesn't prepare us. And so this is her going, what am I saying? This is going to be dreadful, but it's not going to happen for a long time. Okay, everybody on soprano 2, if you want to go down the octave, give them the D, G, G going down. If that's your preference. Here we go. Here we go. Add. Great. Make sure not too much L on the lie, especially on that C sharp, because it's modifying the pitch. Altis and soprano 2s on soprano 2, soprano 1s on soprano 1. So that means everybody who's singing soprano 2, shh, many of you, 4 of them, 3, 4. Yeah, play, please, for soprano 1, pick up to 61. Don't lose that D. Don't lose that D. That's it. All right, good. Alti on the alto part. Here are the sopranos. Here we go. 3, 4. Nice. Yeah. Okay, what happens on there? What happens on there? Unison. Get the out of the way as quickly as possible. Don't think about the R. It will not be a unison. So if it's not unison, make it unison. Where there. Yeah. Erase that R. Where is beautiful? There's
Just pretend you're English.
say, pretend you're English. Exactly. Let's make Anne feel very at home and sing this in the Queen's English. May she rest in peace. It's still the Queen's English. I'm sorry. Because we're yeah, still the Queen's English. 3, 4.
Where you are, I will know. And where will I be free? Where you are, where you
Okay, that is really happy making, really happy making. We're going to, Neely will start playing. The one thing, give me the F, low F sharp. What? Right, F sharp, F sharp. Soprano ones. You don't care about that L, you care that the F sharp be there. That they've got the L. That is, you finally get a high note that's mezzo forte, right? Okay, Neely is going to start playing. How about 2 measures before at 55? Eyes.
Where you are, I will know. And where will I be buried? Where you are, where you
Keep going. Okay, parts me from you. Watch me. Do it my way. You don't know what I'm going to do. Tell this to the holiday choir about Aton, our cantorial soloist, who did a wonderful job. I promise I'm not going to do it the same way twice. Here we go. Parts me from you.
Parts me from you.
Almost with me. That was beautiful. All right, we have a few minutes before I give you your promised break. Let's look at Luyahi a little bit. I urge you, if you have not registered for my Text and Context this Sunday, to do so, because I found some really wonderful things about this. You got another emailing today. If you didn't listen to the YouTube, that's part of that mailing, which I didn't remember because I must have watched it on TV. It was during the 1973 war. Naomi Shemer wrote the song. Interesting fact about when and how the melody changed, and was taken to the Israel television station and recorded live. The first time the song was recorded, all 5 verses. The chorus is not the same as you recognize. Naomi Shemer was not a brilliant vocalist, and yet you listen to her sing this, and goosebumps. I get goosebumps thinking about it, tears in the eyes. This is a seminal piece of music in the history of Israeli song, and I found some really wonderful and interesting things. And I look forward to hearing. There's always people who have interesting insights. So we're going to read through the whole thing since we did more on Ruth, and I promised you a 5-minute break. Yes. Okay. Yeah, you're going to play your part, and they're going to do the best that they can. we go and play parts, here the middle parts. And we will be teaching the chorus to the audience, and everybody's going to sing. So you have 5 minutes pee break. I am turning off the Zoom because the conversation is going to be not recorded. And those of you who stay here, if we could move the chairs so that we're kind of in a big circle, that would be good. I have my card. So your card for me.